Hello and welcome to Plant Based Homestead Prepper. My name is Roderick Chappelle, and at Plant Based Homestead Prepper, we make prepping fun. If you're new to this channel, we're going to help you learn about the basics of prepping. We're going to help you learn about the basics of drinking more water, being more healthy, getting your body ready for if anything does happen or doesn't happen. And we're going to take you through a journey of our lives where we are moving from city life to a more rural, sustainable homestead in a more rural area. So thank you for being here, and we wanted to encourage you to subscribe to our channel. We also want you to hit the like button, and we want to thank you for being here. In this video, we're going to be talking about some preps that you should always have in your vehicle. Preps that you should always have in your vehicle, and we're going to tackle that right after this message.
Hey guys, it's Jennifer from Heartseat Warriors Forum. I hope you're enjoying all of the edutainment that you're getting right here on Plant Based Homestead Prepper with my honey, Roderick Chappelle. When you're done, pop over to my channel where we'll be discussing the extraordinary stories of ordinary people. For now, cue the intro.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. And if you're just joining us, make sure you hit the like button. Bam, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And if you are subscribed, make sure and ensure that you have rung the bell, hit the bell, and then click all, so you know that you are ready for all of the content, all the valuable content, and all of the edutainment that you get right here at Plant Based Homestead Prepper. Why? I didn't mean to say why. Well, we make prepping fun. And thank you so much for doing all of that. So in this video, we're going to be talking about some things that you should keep in your vehicle. And as you come in, speak and let us know what state you are chatting from. How about that? I want that to be the standard for this channel. So let's jump right in. So I looked up a couple things, and we're going to talk about some normal maintenance, and then we're going to talk about some preppery things that you should have in your vehicle. Is that fair enough? All right, so I was like, you know what? Before I just jump the gun, I always like to have some notes so I can, have something to go by. So you ready for this? Something you should always have, and this is especially when you're getting ready to travel. Now, if you're in your local area, you can always call AAA if you got that, or if you got your car insurance, you can always call roadside assistance or whatever. And here in Virginia, they actually have VDOT, which is Virginia Department of Transportation. If you get stranded on the side of the road here in one of the cities, they got a little truck that comes by and helps you. I was like, wow, that's amazing. Never seen that before until I moved to Virginia. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And I guess they did that because a lot of people just would break down all the time. So some of these are not going to pertain to your vehicle if you have roadside assistance, and if you have AAA, and if you're pretty mechanically inclined. If you're just now joining us, make sure you hit the like button and chime in with what state you're chatting in from or watching from. How about that? So the first one was jumper cables. I would really like to know a percentage of people who actually know how to use jumper cables. Now, I grew up in the 70s. My mom would jump cars all the time because she always drove. I'm gonna say always drove. She started driving nice cars recently. So when I was growing up, my mom didn't have a lot, and the cars that we had, every now and then they would need a jump, or they would need a battery, or they would need some working on. I learned how to fix minor stuff on cars very early, and I'll never forget the time I first jumped. Well, first time I helped my mom jump a battery, and I had seen her do it several times, and I don't know. I guess she was in a hurry this time or whatever. I've never seen this happen before, and I have never seen this happen since. Some kind of way she crossed the black and the reds, and when she went to go start up our car, the battery exploded. Fortunately, oh my God, I don't even know what made her do this time, but fortunately she had closed the hood. I don't even know why she did, because you really normally don't jump a battery with the hood closed, but she had closed the hood for some reason. And when she hit that ignition, boom, this battery exploded and acid was everywhere. So we ended up having to replace the battery anyway. So I remember that. But you guys that are watching, how many on a percentage? And let's talk about these kids now. When I say kids, I mean people that are 25 and under. How many on a percentage do you think would know how to actually jump a battery on a car? And I'm not talking about using one of those little carry jumpers. I'm talking about have a car pull up next to your car, hook up the cables on this car, hook up the cables on your car, start the car up, and jump start it. How many on a percentage do you guys think? All right, so this one is one I do agree with. The next one is duct tape. Duct tape. I don't think you could ever have enough duct tape, and I really have gone from duct tape to Gorilla Tape now. I think it's much better. I like Gorilla Tape better, but some form of duct tape. And if you want to get cheap duct tape, you can actually go to like the Dollar Tree, Dollar General. I've seen them sold in there. I don't believe it's as good as the stuff that you get from like Lowe's and Home Depot, but duct tape is duct tape when you're in a situation. All right. This next one was fluids. I think that's kind of unnecessary. I mean, the cars that we drive now, unless you have an older car that's leaking fluid or whatever, I really don't agree with that. Because these cars now, you get them maintenance and service, and they're pretty good. You know, fluids was like on my 68 Ford LTD. I always had to carry oil. I always had to carry transmission fluid. I always had to carry. Sometimes I had to carry spare gas because that thing run out of gas. This thing was a tank. Guys, how many people know what a 67 Ford LTD is? It is huge. You could literally put like 15 people in this car. It had this huge bench seat. I was the driver, and I could sit probably 4 more people comfortably. Had this huge back seat. You could probably sit 5 people back there comfortably. And it had this huge trunk that I could put probably 8 people in. Literally, I'm not even joking with you. I know people in their 30s and 40s that know nothing about a vehicle. Today, maybe 15% can jump. I was thinking maybe 10. Karen said she doesn't. And Karen's from Connecticut, just so you guys know. You guys just get in the habit of when you come in, just type in where you're from, what state you're from. Okay, just get in the habit of doing that for me. That way we don't have to ask. Cause I know when people start talking and everything among themselves, they're like, that's the first thing they usually ask. Hey, where are you from? JK's from Alaska. Night Collector's from Arkansas. Karen's from Connecticut. So I'm learning where you guys are from. I'm trying to commit that to memory. I think it just gives a little more flair to the show. I think it makes people feel good when you remember who they are and where they're from. Okay. Hopefully I'll make you guys feel good when you come in. Spare tire tools. Most cars come with that. This is a big one right here. This is a prep that you should have not only in your car, but you should have in your garden, you should have in your house, you should have in your kitchen, you should have in your shed. You can never have too many of these. You ready? Spare gloves. Spare gloves. Okay? A tarp, that's kind of iffy. A gas can that's empty, I still think that's overkill. Basic tools, I agree with that. Basic tools. A little small toolkit, yes. Demolition hammer. Not a bad carry in your vehicle. All right, now this is getting into safety and survival. Safety and survival. A multi-tool. I carry one of those every day except for the day I left mine at home. Spare magazines. This is a gun-friendly channel, but we don't talk GUNs on this channel. Okay. First aid kit in the car, gloves, shop rags. JK, you're getting so ahead of us, brother, but I appreciate that. That is true. Yes, a first aid kit, a fire extinguisher would be great. Gloves, shop rags, yes. Seatbelt cutter, glass punch. Now that I agree with, and they're coming smaller and smaller. So I mean, you can get one of those things. It's like a multi-tool now. It's about that size, and if you get in a pinch, you can just take it, go over your seatbelt, it cuts it. I mean, it has a razor inside of it, and it won't cut you because it grabs the seatbelt, it cuts it. Because how many people know that during an accident, your seatbelts, the mechanism crank, and they don't let you go after the wreck. Sometimes they don't let you go. after the wreck because it's grabbed you so hard and held you. So a lot of times you got to be cut out or you have to cut yourself out. Some rope, that's not bad. I would agree. Okay, now let's get into the first aid. For a decent first aid kit. We did some stuff a couple weeks back, and we realized that we did not have enough first aid. Now we have first aid kits, but we have really got to start upping our first aid game. My dad wouldn't let me get my license until I could prove to him that I could change the tire, check the oil, and put gas in it. Your father was an amazing father. That was good, because I that's another thing. How many on a percentage do you guys think that people that are under 30 even know how to change a tire? Because we have roadside assistance, we have AAA now. You don't have to change tires anymore. But yeah, when you get, I was trying out for my background. I was a military police, and I had gone into the civilian workforce, and I actually went out and tried out for a police force. I made it, and I would have gotten in flying colors, but I just didn't want to be a police anymore. Just wasn't a life for me. Do you know that they tested us on changing a tire? You had to change a tire you had to change the tire 7 minutes or less. I think my score was like 4 minutes 30 seconds. I don't know how I changed that tire so fast, but you put somebody on the clock, you'll find out how good they are. I have is that a Crovel? It's a Shovel Plus. Look it up. Okay, what's that? Crovel. Fortunately, I am in front of a computer. I can look it up. Let's see what a Crovel is. Oh, yeah. Okay. Has all kind of little stuff in it. So you got a folding shovel. This one has 10 in 1. So let's look up and see what it has. Since you mentioned it, you can get them on Amazon through my link for $27.99. I'm going to start posting my Amazon link here too. Alright, so it looks like you have a spaded shovel. How about I read what it has? How about that? Often bought with a life straw. I think Sawyer is better, but I digressed. Multifunctional and user-friendly. This cool shovel is an emergency tool to use in many situations. Okay, it doesn't tell me all the tools, so I'm looking at it. I mean, it looks like the handle breaks down. It has a survival knife in it. It looks like it has a ferrocene rod, and of course you can use any of that metal to strike and get a spark. It looks like that's a punch too, maybe a window punch. I can't really tell. Oh, roll over to zoom in. Yeah, it looks like it has 2 punches to it. So you can. Now you guys know that if you're gonna try to break a car window, you need to hit it at the. Okay, so let's say this is the glass. You need to hit it close to the edges in order to break it. Get a good look one, not a cheap one. Get a good one, not a cheap one. Okay, well. Okay, Mama Karen. Oh goodness. How expensive would a good one be? Let's start there, because I mean I see them ranging from $27 to like $50. I don't see anything that's over that amount. Cause see, remember, expensive and cheap are in relationship to the person that you're talking to. All right. So $27 may be cheap to you, where it might be extremely expensive to me, whereas $50 may be cheap to me and expensive to you. You don't want it to break in the middle of using it. I agree. So what brand would you use or would you refer if you were going to buy a Crovel? I've seen them. I just didn't know that's what they were called. All right, so let's get back on topic. Thank you, Karen, for interjecting that. All right, so navigation and communication. This is something that I would bet all the money in my pocket right now that more people could not do this than change a tire. And what was the other thing we said? Check oil? No, that wasn't it. Change a tire. God, what else did we? Oh, jump. I would be willing to bet that more people cannot cannot do this as opposed to jump starting a car and changing a tire. And when I tell you this, y'all are going to agree with me. You ready? Having a road atlas and being able to read it. Okay, that's a good point. Check where it's made. If it's made in China, you might not want it. It's made in the United States. We make good steel. Yeah. Road ads. How many? Okay, on a percentage. Now we came to the consensus a while ago that we thought that between 10 to 15% of people in the ages of 35 and under would be able to jumpstart a car and change a tire. Reading a road atlas, what do you think the percentage of people would be? JK, what do you think the percentage is? Now, I remember back before GPS, and that's all I traveled with. I would make it from Virginia all the way to Texas with a road atlas. I remember being able to do that. And I'm pretty sure once you got that skill, you never forget that. I'm pretty sure I can pick up a road atlas now and be, as Karen said, 0%. Less than 20%, I think you're high, JK. I think you're actually high. We're talking about people that are 35 and under who've had the internet almost all their life. And cell phones almost. See, I didn't grow up with a cell phone. I grew up with one of those things you had to pick up the receiver and go. See, I grew up that way. So I think you're high on that. I feel like we're on Card Shark. Yeah, Jack, I'm going to say lower. Surveyed 100 people and it came up at 7%. Ding, 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 ding. You know, I feel like we're on Card Shark. Y'all remember that old show? So okay, let's do a poll now. How many people that are watching right now actually know how to read a road atlas? Let's do that. How many people watching right now know how to, and out of the 5 people that are on here who probably have not hit the like button, how many people know how? I do. I personally know how to do it. Agreed on the road atlas, less than 20%, 0%. They don't teach it in school. I didn't learn how to read a road atlas in school. About 10%. Symbols might be hard for a lot of people. 10% if less than 35 years of age. Card Shark's awesome show. I do. Karen knows how to read one. Oh, a Night Collector. We know you know how to read a road atlas. Night Collector was a over the road driver. So only person that hadn't chimed in that I know would be JK. Yes, we'll admit. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, I don't even know where to get. I guess you have to order one on Amazon. I don't even know where to get a road atlas right now. Do they even sell them in truck? You know what? I got a truck stop across the street from where I get gas all the time. Next time I'm over there, I'm gonna stop in there and see if they have a road atlas, and I'm gonna buy me one, and then I'm gonna show you guys what a road atlas looks like. How about that? That's awesome. And then get this. The next one was State Atlas. First one was Road Atlas, and then the next one was State Atlas. Not bad. Okay, having a spare cell phone charger cord. That's a good one. And then having a ham radio. They're starting to get hard to find, folks. They're starting to get hard to find. All right? A ham radio? You know what? Maybe we need to do a 2-part. Because we're coming up on 18 minutes. All right, so let's do... What is the name of this one? Does anybody remember what I titled this? This one was preps you need for your car. All right, so this is going to be preps you need for your car. This is going to be volume 1. And then we're going to end here and we're going to come right back in. So don't go anywhere. You guys going to go somewhere because I'm going to shut it down. And then come right back. Ham radio may be a stretch. Hard. That's what I'm saying, JK. They're hard to find right now. They are so hard. And they're making it so much harder for you to get your ham operator license. And it's almost not even worth getting the ham operator license. I've looked into it and I'm like, oh my gosh, you gotta do all this just to talk on the radio? This is kind of something. Okay? Speaking of maps, knowing to use a compass and reading, yeah, now I have a uncle who was Army. See, we were Navy. I didn't have to develop that skill. And I'm going to go down to North Carolina and get him to teach me how to read. Now that I don't know how to do, Night Collector. I do not know how to use a compass, because he was showing me one day, and he was showing me how the little triangles, mean mountain areas, and this means rivers and creeks, and I was like, oh my God, yeah, the topo maps with a compass, definitely a must skill to have. I don't have that skill, okay. And I agree with you. So we're going to shut down. We're coming up on 20 minutes. This is going to be part 1. We're going to come right back in for part 2, okay? So preps for your car. I think this is a good topic. I think this is a great topic, actually. Lily Homestead, hey, Central North Carolina. We're going to shut down and we're going to come right back for part 2, okay? All right, so see y'all in like 1 minute, maybe 2.